Okay, Siman Chaf Gimel, Hilchos Kriya Sefer Torah, Sif Chaf Gimel. Chaf Bezach, Chaf Gimel, right? Yeah. In Karol Echad, Rak Shnei Psukim. So we said yesterday you have to read three psukim for each aliyah, and the last aliyah gets 4 psukim during the week and on Mincha, by Mincha, on Shabbos. So if you read for one aliyah 2 psukim, Uberach Bracha Achrayna, and then you make the bracha achrayna, tzarich lachzer v'likros, you have to go back and read, v'yivarech bracha lefaneo l'acharel, you have to make a new bracha before and after, because an aliyah of 2 psukim is no good. And since after the bracha achrayna he was masiach das, because he thought he's done with the laning, okay, tzarich laskul gam baruch hu, so therefore you need to start from baruch hu. The yikra shnei psukim shekara tchila, and then read the 2 psukim that were already read, and then another pasuk with it. And if you do this in the third aliyah, meaning the first 2 psukim, the first 2 aliyahs you did right, and then the third aliyah you only read 2 psukim. Right? So then tzrichen likros oid shnei psukim sheyu kulam arba psukim. You need to read 2 more psukim so that it's 4 altogether. And if this happened to a kohen who only read 2 psukim, but kfar karo achar of Levi, and then they already read Levi, they brought up a Levi, and niskar achar kach, then you remembered azaya didn't kenu. This is the halacha. If the Levi didn't make the first bracha of Avsham or Baruch Hu, even though he already said Baruch Hu, that's not the beginning of the bracha. The Kohen should go back and read 3 psukim. And the Levi should wait and read it again. But if the Levi already made the bracha, as Yikru Ima Levi, then he should read with the Levi from the place that the Kohen stopped. Because if you're going to read the same laning for the Levi that you did for the Kohen, then, like we saw yesterday, it's going to be a pagam for the Kohanim, because they're going to say, they're going to say, oh, you see, the Kohen got an aliyah, now the Levi had to go repeat the aliyah. Makes the Kohanim look bad. And after the Levi, call up 2 Yisraelim, so you'll have 3 oilas. The Kohen is not part of the meaning. He's not even included in the count because he only read 2 psukim. Bim kara came a Levi, and if this happened by a Levi, then he only read 2 psukim by Yisrael kvar berach, and the Yisrael already made the brachas. So then Yikru Yisrael elu shnei psukim shekara Levi v'ad pasuk echad. Then the Yisrael should read the 2 psukim that the Levi read, and then 1 more pasuk, Yikru Oid Yisrael Echad, and then the Yisrael should read 1 more, Latashnu Shlosh Kruim, to finish off the 3 aliyahs. If any, but I'm not so sure, I'm holding in all these calculations myself. If there's no kohen in the shul, the karu Yisrael b'makayma.
Why is there no pagam by the Levi?
What?
By the kohen, we didn't read the 2 psukim over because you said a pagam by a kohen. But by Levi, you did.
Meaning Levi should also have a pagam. I hear that. I mean, we're not so. A Levi doesn't really have a psul, so a kohen does. So maybe that's pshat. Okay, so Yisrael took the kohens. Ve'era came. Shaloi karu lo ela shnei psukim. It happened, and they only read 2 psukim. But niskar ad la'achar shekaru Yisrael sheni uveira, and they didn't realize it until after the second Yisrael got an aliyah and made the brachas. As Ayask Yisrael Hasheni v'tchilas hasedra, then the Yisrael Hasheni should start from the beginning of the whole order. Yisrael Harishon Yamtin v'yikra acharav, and then the first Yisrael should wait and read after him. Ba'acharav yikru oidli Yisrael, and then you call another Yisrael. All right, those are complicated. Hopefully, this will never be negaya. Okay, Chaf Dalid. Katan lo iya koire begam ina oil l'Torah. Katan cannot be the Bal Koira, and he cannot get aliyas except for maftir. Fine. Chafei. After Kriyas HaTorah, now we're back to normal, understandable halacha. So la'achar Kriyas HaTorah, I'm Chatzi Kaddish. You say Chatzi Kaddish, Magbiyan as a Sefer Torah, and you lift up the Sefer Torah. Magbiya Pesach a Sefer Torah, Shiu Shloisha Amudim min Aksav Goli. The one doing Hagba is supposed to open it up so that 3 columns. So there'll be 3 columns. Right, and lechatchila should be the kriya that was read that should be held up. Now, as we know, some Svardim and some Hasidim do Hagba first, right? But the Kitzur is obviously not going with that. And the person getting Hagba has to show it to his right, to his left, front of him, and back of him. Ki mitzvah kol anoshim, because it's a mitzvah on all men. Lirois es aksav. It's a pretty strong lashon from the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch there. It's a mitzvah on all men to see the ksav of the Sefer Torah. Right? And the Mishnah Berurah brings that it's an inyan gadol to actually be able to make out the words. And that's why people go and run up to the Sefer Torah to look at it. Right? And then, of course, you have those that are looking for the word that begins with their name. You have the Ben Ish Chai that says that. Fine. And then V'ayimrim v'zayis HaTorah, we say v'zayis HaTorah. V'goylel, and it's the same, and then we roll up to say Torah. U'mitzvah liglol oisei sheyeh tefer be'emtza shtei aglilos. And the mitzvah to roll it, that the stitching should be in the middle. Right, and you roll it until the stitching is in the middle. Right? If the stitching that's closest is before the laning, so you should roll it there. You should roll it. You should roll it to there. It's better to do less rolling because of the covered Sefer Torah. Right? So it doesn't say here that you're supposed to bend down, which Mishnah Berurah brings, supposed to bend towards the Torah. It doesn't bring about help putting up your pinky. It doesn't say that either. So those are again. There's all different minhagim. Chavav. Anytime we read the Torah, you say Chatzi Kaddish. Except for Mincha on Shabbos, and Mincha on Tainus, Shesaimchan ala Kaddish, Sha'imra Lefnei Tefillah Shemana Esrei. Because there, the reason why Minchas, you don't say it, is because you have a Kaddish that's right after Shemana Esrei, right before Shemana Esrei, so that suffices. Right, the tzibur needs to listen and answer amen. When you don't say tachnon, you don't say yiratzon. Fine. Again, this is going according to Ashkenazi minig. Nusach Sfar doesn't put it away till after Asher Velatzir. And it's a mitzvah again. It's a lashon of mitzvah on every person that the Sefer Torah passes in front of him, and the person who got Hagba and Kalila, that they should accompany it until in front of the Aron Kodesh. So meaning you're not supposed to just stand in your seat. You're supposed to take at least, follow the Torah to the Aron Kodesh. If there's no Sefer Torah, so if there is no Sefer Torah, then you should get somebody up to read from the Torah, read from a Chumash, and a Kol Ram, Shalai Tishkach Torah Sakriya, that you shouldn't forget Torah Sakriya. So I once had this case where we traveled with the family, so we had a minyan, but we didn't have a Sefer Torah. So I had said that somebody should lane this, and then I asked Harfan is my Rebbe, and he was one of Rebbeim, and he said that this is, as far as I remember, he said that this din is only if the town doesn't have a Sefer Torah. But if you're traveling and you choose to travel, not have a Sefer Torah, that's not going to be tishtaka chatayra. It's only for some reason the city doesn't have a sefer Torah, so then you would do it. Okay, lamed. 10 people that are davening, they don't have a sefer Torah. You do not bring them a sefer Torah. Even if they're locked in a prison. Even if it's Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, you don't bring them a sefer Torah because it's a bizayon to schlep a sefer Torah to people. People are supposed to go to sefer Torah. But if you prepare a day or two before a proper aron, then you can bring a sefer Torah. So those portable, like my mother has, like a portable box that goes with it. I'm assuming you could schlep it wherever you want. And if it's for an adam chashav and he's sick, mutter lahavi, so it's mutter to bring gam l'tzarech hakriya levad, even just for reading. When you don't put it into an adam page. Yesham del adam chashav afilu eina chayla. Some say for an adam chashav, even if he's not a chayla, well, a chayla afilu eina adam chashav. You don't need both. You could have one or the other. Then you're allowed to bring the sefer Torah mutter. Yesh lahaka b'Shabbos parsha zachor parsha para. So for Parshas Zachor, Parshas Param, because some say that it's a deraisa. Since they say it's a deraisa, so then you're allowed to bring a sefer Torah.
What about a base level?
So base level, they bring them in the box.
We used to not before Misaskin came out.
So that's why different base levels left them there for this. There's no real source that the Sefer Torah has to be read 3 times. I think it's Aruch Shulchan that brings that minig. Seems like the Velt is makbid on it. But that's it also could be that for Avelus it's mutter because it's the mitzvah of going to the oval, so it's not a bizayon to the Torah. Yeah. Okay, we will stop over there. So now, the next one's also not so exciting for the majority of us, but for those that are seifrim, it's if you find well, it's actually it's not necessarily seifrim. It's what happens if you find a mistake in the laning, what you have to do. All right, be matzliach and have a good night.